Pentagon on high alert after Trump's worst nightmare showed up at his New Jersey golf club. President Donald Trump is only a few days into his 17-day time away from the White House at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. He's had his work cut out for him in the short time he's been there, with the threat of North Korea launching missiles into the waters around Guam. In the midst of dealing with the tyrant dictator Kim Jong-un, Trump's security was scrambling to protect the president after his worst nightmare showed up at his vacation spot that put the Pentagon on high alert. No other president in history has been under such attack as President Trump has been from people in our own country who accuse him of anything they can conjure up. There have been more threats to his life than can be counted at this point, which liberals think is a necessary reaction to their displeasure of him winning the White House over Hillary Clinton. Now, a threat to his privacy has been made apparent and there's nothing he can do about it. North Korea's Kim Jong-un isn't the only tyrant Trump is having to deal with this week. Barack Obama created a number of enemies while in office, and although Trump has been working to ease those tensions, liberals have derailed him from being able to do so with one particular world leader. The Russian collusion scandal that the left loves to perpetuate does far more harm than hurting his reputation, which they think it's doing. It's not allowing America to ease tensions with Russia, which could help in a lot of other issues that the U.S. is currently facing, including the threat of North Korea and the possibility of entering into another world war. Right before Trump was set to go into a press conference to discuss the conflict with North Korea, a strange sighting was made in the sky above the golf club he was at. Even though the threat was there, there's nothing that could remove it for one disturbing reason. The New York Post reports. A Russian spy plane flew over U.S. airspace on Wednesday, cruising over a series of locales, including President Trump's summer vacation spot, according to a report. The Russian Air Force's Tupolev Tu-154M's maneuvers, legal thanks to a 1992 treaty, flew over Washington, D.C., an Air Force base near Dayton, Ohio, and Bedminster, New Jersey, where Trump is vacationing, Politico reported. Although this was Russia's 10th such flight this year, the country's choice of targets likely intended to irk the leader of the free world, the site reported. I don't know of any military facilities there, a Pentagon official told the outlet, referring to Bedminster. The Russian spy plane flying over the course where Trump was at is being seen as a clear act to taunt the president. It was the ultimate trolling move and power play for Vladimir Putin. Trump is wise to their intentions, and they can get away with these antics since they weren't violating any protected airspace thanks to a 1992 treaty. The 1992 agreement, known as the Treaty on Open Skies, allows each country to conduct surveillance flights over the other country's territory, which happens on a semi-routine basis, a Pentagon official told Politico. The Russians are required to give a 72-hour notice of the mission and must have American personnel on board as observers. Although these flights have happened before, the timing of this one is significant. The flight came at a tense time just weeks after Trump reluctantly signed legislation that continued sanctions imposed on Russia after President Obama determined that the country meddled in the 2016 presidential elections, Patch reported. While Politico creatively described this flight as a perfectly legal bit of aerial reconnaissance that nonetheless appeared to be an attempt to troll Trump, which is true, there's a more accurate description of what this really means, which can't simply be reduced to juvenile taunting. Russia is a foreign enemy and is taking advantage of this treaty by doing aerial reconnaissance over our own country and in our own airspace, knowing that nobody can do anything about it. While it may seem harmless, it's irresponsible that in this day and age it's allowed, especially with the turmoil that's been thrown at Trump to deal with in the aftermath of his predecessor's presidency. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.